the amount of actual enjoyment that I get from playing with my own fucking nipples now. It is fucking weird. It's fucking stupid. I catch myself driving, going like this.
And just twisting them.
Twisting it, sliding them back and forth. Like, just even pulling on my little tit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the
Metal Hour.
episode 24, I do believe.
Yes, sir.
We're getting up there.
24.
And I, of course, am Dominic Gar. Next to me is...
Zach Hart, what's up, what's up?
Back at it, Zach Hart is back. He's not dead. COVID did not take him.
And
It
I want you
sure
to know
as
my
hell
surgery. My surgery went wonderful. I liked it, and then I just feel like I had to.
You had to come
You
back.
know, it's you get the lemon wild front, ooh wow, ooh, hottest. You know, you just got the best of both worlds. What can I say?
You do what you gotta do, man.
Exactly. I wanted to experience new things in life,
Right.
and I did. But when I got, dude, I can't handle periods, bro. I just once I had my first one, I was like, nope, give me my dick back.
You're like, screw this.
Screw this.
No
Nope.
period.
None. Cramps? Oh my god.
I feel you. But we're glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Happy to have you. Do you have, by the way, one of your famous Zach stories that you usually... A lot has happened since last we've seen you.
So in regards, it's been honestly, it's been a few weeks. I've been working my absolutely small little ginger life off. Basically, just pulling 60 plus hours each week, having no life, no sleep.
Yeah.
Just trying to do the best I can to survive. But I'm thankful because, you know, there's people that still don't have a job. So I count my blessings every day. But no, yeah, a lot of crazy things happened. Actually, the stories that I'm actually about to say are actually kind of more serious than anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is not really lighthearted.
Are we talking about the one where you ended up in a ditch?
Yeah, so well, there's a few of those actually. So I ended up acquiring this mask, and I kept this mask. I've had it for a process of like 5 weeks. All right, it was a really interesting looking mask. Put it in my car, and then the moment I put it in my car, things started progressively just getting weird for me. Things progressively got worse as time progressed.
Are we talking like a face mask or like
Yeah, it's more or less like just a wall hanging mask, but it was
Oh, okay.
it was original, authentic, and it came from like Taiwan or whatever. I had it shipped over. I didn't have it shipped over. Someone had it shipped over, and then they gave it to me.
Yeah.
Either way, it was my possession. So it started off with, you know, certain people kind of like randomly just switching up on me and like leaving me randomly, and then it went from that to more physical shit in regards to well, a deer ran out in front of me in the middle of 60 where I live, where we have no deer. Deer does not exist where
I
we're
saw a deer like a couple weeks ago driving down that same road, and I literally was like, "Is that a freaking
fucking deer?"
Like,
And it was big as fuck. And like, I'm not even kidding. I crossed the bridge right past Twilight, and it decided to just want to commit suicide and hit the side of my fucking car.
Jeez.
If I would have not have been speeding, which I was,
who does it though?
I would have hit it head on. It would have been bad. And then,
Dude, those deers, man, they will destroy your freaking car.
Oh yeah. And then I was on the bridge to St. Pete, and a whole sheet of drywall flew out of the dude's truck and like right behind me and hit my car. And a piece of drywall got stuck in the front of my car.
And you were on a bridge.
Yeah, I was on a bridge, dude.
So you had nowhere to
one
you had
stopped.
to just take it.
Exactly. I had to take it, and I pulled over the side of the road, and look, my car had a cocaine addiction. Like, it was all up in that snow.
Right.
I was like, geez, man. And then, as time progressed, and then keep in mind, this is all a span of like 3-4 weeks.
Right.
All right. That happened. And then, after that happened, I was on Hillsborough Ave, trying to go to 275 to go to I-4 to go home, and my brakes did not actually fucking work. I don't know how to explain it,
Yeah.
but I hit my brakes, and I slammed on my brakes, and nothing happened. All right, nothing happened, and there was a box truck in front of me, and I started fucking like double kicking like Pablo does for a fucking intense breakdown, bro. I was like, and it finally caught, and my tires like squealed, and I slid, and I rear-ended the back of this giant box truck, and fucked up my front end. Luckily, it was only just body damage because I was able to stop in enough time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is going on? And then the thing that the candle that broke everything is we just recently had these hurricanes, right? So there's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to work. It's 5 a.m. and a car zooms right past me. I'm in the middle lane of I-4. Kicks up a sheet of water. As soon as the water kicks up, wind hits. And it was almost like a double whammy. Wind hits, makes me slide just slightly sideways where I have to recorrect. And as this happens, water falls down, making me lose traction, and my ass end slides. I spin 3 times, and I literally see headlights, nothing. Headlights, nothing. Headlights, and now I'm going backwards, staring at headlights as I'm going backwards into a ditch in the middle of I-4, while there's all these cars around me, and I have absolutely no control of my vehicle. Right. It was a fucking miracle that I didn't hit nobody or anything. I was literally about 2-3 feet away from this metal guardrail right there on I-4. Right. I was speeding too, and it was a little wet, but it wasn't raining. So I thought everything was okay. I mean, I feel like I'm a decent driver. I was going 80 on I-4, like kind of normal people do.
Yeah. And
I spun out going 80. And what made things bad is like when I kicked me, I started sliding, and then my dumb ass decided to slam on my brakes, and I slammed on my brakes, and that's what caused me to just like just like a blade, just right. Ready to hit something, let it rip, you know. I was just, oh man, yeah. So it's been very eventful. I've had way too many close calls, way too many encounters. So I grabbed that mask, put it in a bonfire, set it ablaze, and watch that bitch burn.
There you go.
Grab me a nice little crystal that for good luck, put it in the middle of my car, and I've been driving, and things been okay right ever since.
About to say, how's it going now?
It's going good. I charge it with the shuns.
There you go.
I charge it with the shuns, and the shuns is always out. So, yeah. I mean, teach their own, whatever you believe in. I mean, someone gave it to me for because I told them what's going on, and they're like, "Here, take this. It's good luck." And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put it in my car.
It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this.
For real.
Yeah.
Have a companion. It's a rock. Thank you.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
It's not a rock. It's a boulder.
But only that, glad to know that you're alive.
Yeah, same.
So that's always good.
I know, right?
Dude, I can't even tell you how many close calls I've had in life. Just recently, freaking fell asleep at the wheel, curved my entire car up on the ledge, and luckily I did not hit anybody, did not hit anything besides the ledge. I busted both my my driver's side wheels, bent the axles and everything that sort on my way to work because I just freaking literally just boom dozed off. And luckily it didn't cost anybody their life or anything. It cost me $700, and
ooh, that's a chunk of change.
That's a $700 mistake that it kind of puts your life into perspective. You're like, oh geez, that could have been it.
Yeah, that could have absolutely been
or
it.
I could have hit somebody else.
And their life could have been it.
Yeah. So because
really makes you think you're not promised tomorrow.
Nah, man, it's crazy to think about. It makes you kind of sad
and appreciate things.
But
speaking of sad,
segues. But no, it really is sad.
Yeah.
But speaking of sad, we actually, well, not so much we, but the infamous Loudwire. Who, can we start out by saying
they're not even a wire, and they're not even that loud.
First, their intro is loud. That's about it. But first off,
not as loud as this gas. Ayo for all you. Never mind.
Anyway, but first off, Loudwire always freaking gets me because they're like, hey, top 10 deepest metal vocals. I'm like, ooh, and it's always some freaking trash,
Yeah.
or like top 10, vocalists who have the, you know,
Or bands that are going to pave the way for the next generation of rock or metal.
yeah, and it's some like freaking.
Code Orange.
He said it, not me. You know.
Ooh. I mean, wait. No, that's what Corey Taylor said, if I'm not mistaken.
We did a whole bit on that. And if you guys haven't seen that one, go check it out. But Loudwire released something new that I thought was kind of interesting. And even though I don't fully agree with everything on the list, I do. We all do.
Fans want it.
We all do.
They want the OnlyFans, Tom.
We're not making an OnlyFans.
Says the fans of Jared Dines.
Yep. Poor guy. We'll actually get into Jerry Dines a little later.
We'll hold off on that.
But Loudwire came out with a top 10 list, basically of, or it was top 13 list if you want to get exact. But 13 heavy songs. 13 heavy songs we've definitely cried to. So let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and go down this list, and then after this list, we'll talk about our own songs that we have definitely cried to.
Yes.
Because I'm not gonna lie and say, metal gets sad. It gets deep. You know, a lot of people don't realize that. They think it's just screaming and noise, but no, there's a lot of meaning behind it.
Not even sad though. Sometimes there's metal songs that have positive messages. There's some that are that are kind of like just anarchic messages, antics or whatever, and then there's sad, and then there's those lovely ones that are about ripping the spine out of infidels.
I mean, if we think about it,
infidels. That's a fun word.
The music stylings of course are different, but the message of like, say, the message between metal and pop is not that different.
Or metal and rap.
Because a lot of, I'm not saying all of them are horrible. All those genres are not horrible. There's some songs and some artists in each genre that actually do a pretty good job. But the thing is, they're all the same message, but just done differently. You can have a sad rap, pop, or even country song and have a sad metal song. You can have a happy rap, pop, country song, and even metal song. You can have an angry
rap, country
metal, pop song. You know?
It really just depends on the style you want to approach it with.
It really depends because...
And maybe the style of writing, too.
Exactly. There's different styles of writing and different ways to go about getting your message.
But ultimately, the message still comes across.
Exactly. So, Loudwire released their list of 13 heavy songs we definitely cried to. And so, number one, excuse me for
Uno.
Number one they brought out. I have not cried to this one, but I think it has a beautiful sound, a beautiful tone.
Fall asleep.
A beautiful sound, a beautiful tone. But it is Fade to Black by Metallica.
I've never cried to it, but I mean, I've listened to it and I was just like, kind of sad.
It's a good song to sit back and just listen to and kind of just
go nod your head,
reflect.
Yeah, just be like,
You're like,
Night Drives. It's a night drive song.
Exactly.
Night drive song.
You just listen, you just hear that. You're like,
yep.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yep, I need to get my shit together, man.
It's like,
oh god, I should throw my hat back on. Oh, they really do say I'd be looking like a rooster at work.
You do be looking like a rooster.
Hey, that's a ginger joke. I'm offended.
Good. I hope you are offended.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
But then number two, actually, I could see where people would get emotional with this one. But it is Cemetery Gates by Pantera. Now, not so much. It's not so much sad as it is just a really good song, especially the ending where freaking Philip and Dimebag were just going back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
Then he just goes. He starts going crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean that
was solid, by the way.
Thank you.
That was actually really impressive.
Thank you. And I mean, I can see where that probably would get emotional because it actually is a beautiful. I don't.
It's very beautiful.
I wouldn't call it a
song.
breakdown, but like a break. You know,
It's a vocal breakdown.
it is a vocal, kind of like a vocal breakdown in a sense. You know, it shows both skill and power, especially on
Especially power.
Phillips' vocal range for being a metal artist,
Oh,
and
100%.
and also being more of like a deeper vocalist
Mm-hmm.
because you know
Being able to hit them notes?
exactly.
Hell yeah.
Um,
But no, I myself never cried to that song. Nor any Pantera song.
not really.
Not a
I
single
mean, I've cried to
Pantera.
walk a few times. Just respect.
No, I've never cried to walk.
No,
No.
Cowboys from Hell.
No.
No.
Not a single Pantera song. Not even Metallica to think about it.
If I've ever, I think the only Metallica song I probably may have ever shed a tear to would have been Unforgiven 2.
Ooh.
Because it not only the song itself but the music video. It was taken from the movie Pearl Harbor,
Yeah.
and just it mixed with everything else. You're kind of like, oof, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
No, and I'm gonna be real. In all honesty, I don't think I have. Out of the two that they picked,
Right.
I don't think I have.
But moving from that, we're gonna go more new school, and we have Hereafter by the Architects, or also known as the Black Attacks.
Black. This is it's iconic. It's iconic.
You know,
But yes, I've cried to their songs.
they
Song.
reading about a lot of their songs actually are really good.
Very.
I mean, they put so much power, so much emphasis, and just so much time
And a lot of black.
and a lot of into their works. And
Man.
the lead singer's vocal range is phenomenal. He can hit it every single time. He's got good fries. He basically fries pretty much the entire time.
Yeah.
But he does hit some highs every now and then. Doesn't really ever really go low. Maybe
Once in a blue moon.
occasionally, if so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the reason Hereafter is so emotional for a lot of people is maybe not only the lyrics themselves, because they can associate with somebody that they know or they knew. Hereafter was the second single band released in 2018's Holy Hell, their first album after losing guitarist and lyricist Tom Cyril after a 3-year battle with cancer. So, Loudwire goes on to write, Architects has been such an inspiration by openly discussing their loss and showing that you can find the strength to carry on when faced with adversity, even if you feel broken. Damn. And that this song basically tells that story. Yeah. We're broken, we're hurting, but we got to keep on pressing through. You know, which I think that can definitely be emotional because a lot of people have felt that they've lost a loved one or a friend or something, and they're kind of like, okay, this is tough. I don't have this person anymore, but you know what?
You gotta keep going.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pressing. It is. It's definitely tough. Hard. It is definitely tough. But the next one we have is Bloody Kisses, A Death in the Family by Typo Negative. Now, I freaking love
Typo Negative.
Typo Negative. Peter Steele, R.I.P. Peter. I personally have not listened to this one, which I'm kind of upset that I haven't. I have not heard this one. But knowing Peter Steele and the whole entire band of Typo Negative, I could see a tear being shed because Peter Steele's vocals just is super, super deep. It just like it's ear vibrating. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's also crazy because this song itself is about cats.
This one in particular is about cats.
Mm-hmm. As a human totally ruled by my cat, it has to be Bloody Kisses. What does the song have to do with cats, yes? Peter Steele wrote this mournful track from the album of the same name about the loss of his pet cat, Venus, which somehow makes it sadder. And it goes on to quote a part of the song. No one wants to hear a guy who's 6'8" with the long black hair and fangs crying about his effing cat. Oh, sorry, this isn't a song. This is him quoting it.
Yeah.
So I had to make it extremely metaphorical, the singer said, in referring to the song. For the record, I, and plenty of others, definitely want to hear this raven-haired giant cry about his effing cat. So, basically, Peter Steele was like, how can I make a dead cat metal and brutal? Loads
did it.
and loads of metaphors. Loads and loads of metaphors. But the next one is actually a band I have not heard of. But you have, actually.
Every Time I Die.
It's Every Time I Die, and the song name is Pedal.
Yup. I'll just say, I fucks with Every Time I Die.
And actually, today I believe
is someone's birthday.
it is the lead
singer of Every Time I Die.
Every Time I Die. Kenneth Buckley, Buckley,
or something like that. Some Buck.
It's old Kenneth's birthday, so everybody go say happy birthday to Kenneth.
I don't know how old he is, but he probably shares a birthday with Dirt.
He's probably 30 or 40,
30,
something
40.
I don't know.
He ain't 50.
He ain't 50.
Mm-mm.
He ain't 20.
Nope.
So he's either 30 or 40. But
he ain't 20.
No, he ain't 20. But basically what makes this song tough is because he wrote this song after watching his wife and his newborn daughter fight for their lives in the hospital following complications during childbirth. You know, that's rough, dude. You know, to sit back and see two people that you love, you know,
especially a new one that you
got
brought into the world.
A newborn, you're kind of like, oh, geez, something's happening. Both these people that I love could die, you know?
Right here.
Right in front of me, and I haven't got a chance to spend any time.
And there's nothing he could do.
And there's nothing you. I think that's the worst part about it is you having to sit back and just watch it, knowing
you have no control.
There's literally nothing you can do.
Not a damn thing.
There's not a single thing that you can do.
Got really sad and depressed.
It did. This next one I don't really agree with, but that's just me. But I can see where
the only reason why it makes me sad and I cry to it now is because of events that have happened.
Yeah.
When this song dropped, absolutely not.
No, it was more of just like a hype song. Like, all right, yeah, absolutely.
The only reason why motherfuckers be crying is because of what has happened.
Yeah. And I'm actually happy to find out that this song, especially after what happened, got the justice it deserved. It has hit over 1 billion views on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
And the song that we're talking about is In the End by Linkin Park, which I can see where it can be emotional because in the end, nothing really matters. You know, because basically he's saying, you know, kind of just focus on your life, focus on you. You know, it's tough. You know.
Yeah. Because in the end, nothing really matters.
No.
You had to fall to lose it all.
You know, and it just the whole chorus. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, nothing really matters. It doesn't even matter. Excuse me. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Which it's rough because a lot of people, you know, I think it can be like related to a lot of things. You know, like I can't even put anything on it, but you know,
it can be related to a lot of things.
It can.
I just can't think of them. I
just can't think of any of them right now. But I mean, everybody has their thing where they're like, you know, I've worked so hard for this. I've tried my best. I guess the thing he's trying to get at is, don't waste your life fighting for something, or spending your whole time getting, I don't know, the newest car or the biggest house, because in the end of your life, none of that matters.
Yeah.
None of that's gonna matter.
It's all material things. Don't
It's
waste
all
your
material.
time on material things.
Focus on yourself. Focus on love. Focus on
What makes you happy.
what makes you happy, not what is gonna be material. Don't focus on what anybody can take away. You know, somebody can take their car away. Somebody can take your house away, but they can't take away how that person feels about it, or how you feel about that person, or something. You know.
Yeah, they can't take your memories from you, and they definitely can't take your your spirit, your will.
Exactly.
So,
Which
they can take your life though.
They can take your life.
They can take your life.
Speaking of taking life, this next one, literally, I actually 100% agree with this one being on the list. But it literally,
Okay.
I have sat down, or I have laid down in my bed as an angsty middle schooler, and just sat down and just did like the facial expression cry. You know, where you don't go, your tears just start falling off you without any expression. You're just like,
Yeah.
yep. But it's freaking Suicide Season by Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
And the hard part is this song is hard to find on YouTube
Oh yeah.
because it'll barely let you look it up because it has the word suicide in it. So they're like
Censorships.
they're like, we're not, don't look that up. So you kind of got to dig for it a little bit. But if you go on Loudwire, they do have a link to the video and the song itself. But it's really tough because it talks about, you know, suicide. This guy's a friend, you know, took his own life, and it's, you know, so he's wondering like why, you know, what
drove you to do this?
drove you to do it. And the part that gets me is the ending and basically the chorus. But he Oliver Sykes does this at the end of the song where he kind of just like, I don't know if you want to say screams it or just speaks it, or just you feel all of his motion and his power in it. But he says, if sorrow could build a staircase or tears could show the way, I would climb my way to heaven and bring him back home again. Basically, if all this sorrow that I feel, if all these tears that I cried eventually made me gave me a way to get to where I want to be and to get back who I want,
I'd do it.
you know. But he's basically saying there's nothing I can do about it. And that's going back to what we said before. That's the hardest part, is knowing
That you're just
you have nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Which is rough. Sitting back and knowing, geez, and you kind of put guilt on yourself. Like, what could I have done? What could I have hung out with them a little bit more? Could I have called them? Could I have, you know? So
could I made more of a point to, you know, go out of my, you know, like talk to them, go out of my way more, you know.
yeah. So I guess that's where the sorrow comes in, the tears come in, but that one definitely it would even to this day still get me. And the thing is, it's like an 8 to 9 minute song too, so it's just like
9 minutes and 5 seconds.
So you got a lot of time to cry, so you better get your tissues ready. So
make sure your tear ducts are full.
Just like get them going, and if you need a good cry, just throw that one on.
Yep.
This next one though, I personally haven't listened to because I don't listen to them that much. Not because I don't respect them or who they are for the music community. It's just I've never really gotten around to listening to them.
I know who it is, and I'm getting emotional thinking about it.
Because of the song?
Yes.
But the song is Sick and Disgusting by Beartooth. You know, and I'm going to let you talk more on it because I don't really know that one.
All right, so Caleb Shamo is a very, very influential man. All right, he's gone through a fuck ton.
He was in Attack Attack.
Yeah, he was in Attack
Original Crab Core.
Original Crab Core with you know, Austin Carlisle.
Austin Carlisle of Mice and Men.
Yep. The GOATs, the Godfathers.
I miss Austin Carlisle.
Yeah, I know he's a pastor now. He's preaching.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing all kinds of. He's a man of God.
Right.
For real. But no. This song in particular is, if I'm not mistaken, is about his relationship with like his family. I want to say his dad, but I could be wrong. And it's just it's emotional, man. It's emotional. I've seen them perform it live, and listening to it's one thing. All right, you can listen to something as until you're blue in the face, but to actually feel the artist portray a song emotionally like it was meant to be portrayed
Yeah.
carries a whole new weight and a whole new volume, man. And I cried like a little bitch at that show, man. Not because I got hit, not because of anything, but I was feeling
But you got hit with emotion.
I got hit with emotion like a fucking Mack truck, dog. Like it, I feel like I felt everyone's pain. I felt his pain, and then I felt my own pain, and it was just the ground was wet, not because of the rain, but because of the tears. It was powerful. It was powerful.
That was like a really good like metaphor. It was raining, but the puddles on the ground were for my tears. You know? So like,
But no, it's
all,
good.
Like freaking coffee shop, Def Jam,
For real.
slam poetry.
And definitely a lot of their other songs too, you know, Hated, you know, who knew you'd be hated for being the one who thought you, or some shit like that. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm really tired. But a lot of his songs are going with what we said earlier, the meaning of what they were trying to portray. This band in particular is one of those bands that have lots of messages within a lot of their songs. It's not just meaningless screaming. There is a message behind every album, behind every song, and it tells something of his life. And that is something that's worth listening to.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you went off on that because I don't really.
I love Beartooth.
I don't really listen to him that much. Like I said, not because I don't respect their artistry. I just haven't really gotten around to it.
It'd be like that, you know?
So, but the next one we have is Oblivion by Mastodon. Now, this is also another band I've never really given time to, unfortunately. Which I feel like
it's seriously.
I mean, no, I don't think I've ever heard one Mastodon song, which is a sin. Which is a real sin.
That's a blaspheming right there.
It really
That's
is.
a blaspheming.
My girl's already. You guys can't see her, but she's giving me the dirtiest look because she's a massive. Well, I wouldn't say massive, but she's a Mastodon fan.
She's a massive Mastodon fan.
So I'm getting the dirtiest looks right now. But we should like install a camera over like on your side,
Pan cam.
just so we could just see you just give me all the dirty looks as possible.
What we need to do is we're gonna have to talk after this.
Yeah. But anyway, so we have Oblivion by Mastodon, which I've totally heard. You know?
Now, Dom, are we lying to the people?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. But reading the lyrics, I feel like I can understand.
It's a good song.
I can understand the message that they're getting from. The lyrics read, I tried to burrow a hole into the ground, breaking all the fingers and the nails from my hands. You're like,
Deep.
okay, all right, yeah,
Deep.
I get you. Basically, he's clawing at the dirt, pretty much, and just trying to just acquire something, you know. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that because I don't know enough about it.
I've only listened to a few of their songs. I
So-
mean, I appreciate them, but I was never a diehard fan. But it was a good song. Good song.
We are getting the dirtiest looks over there.
Hey, I said I appreciated them. I've at least listened to them, all right?
I told him I appreciated the artistry of them, and
How can you appreciate something you never gave time to? Damn.
I appreciate you. I don't give time to you.
True. Much love.
We're almost done here. I promise. We only got a few more. So the next one we got is "In My Darkest Hour" by Megadeth.
Yes.
So, you know,
That's
It-
only
this-
sad because of personal reasons, but
you know
it's
this
still a
one's
sad
this one's
song.
basically sad because you know it's like is basically about someone doing you dirty, pretty
Yeah.
much. You know, that you're
And
like-
not doing the dirty, guys. Get your mind out of the fucking gutter.
Yeah, but you know, they come
dirty
to
dumb.
they come the lyrics in here. It says,
like it when I whisper in your ear.
"It can seem a little dramatic at times. Now, as I die for you, my flesh still crawls as I breathe your name. All these years, though I was wrong, now I know it was you. But you know what? You never needed them anyway.
Never needed them anyway.
You never needed them anyway." So,
Yep.
can
That was not bad.
we first off real quick,
Starting.
Megadeth or Metallica?
Megadeth.
Megadeth.
David Mustaine, baby.
All day.
David Mustaine.
I just feel like they're probably just better people too. I feel like Dave Mustaine would be a pretty chill dude.
Oh, 100%. And
No. True. But so is Lars Ulrich and, you know, Kirk Hammett and
Hammond's not an asshole. You take that back.
not Kirk Hammett, my bad. James Hetfield. No. I know people who've actually personally met them and said that these guys are the biggest a-holes they've ever met in their entire
Do
life.
you ever think maybe it was just a bad day?
This guy was their dealer, you know. I knew their dealer. Fun fact.
Tell the internet that. Go ahead and tell the internet all about that.
I didn't say I did it, and I'm not releasing any names either. Oh wow, Metallica did drugs? Who would have guessed? You know. But anyway,
what? Drugs.
But anyway, yeah. Megadeth all day.
100%.
They're just melodically and musically, they're a lot better. A lot of Metallica
A
songs.
lot of people would argue with that.
They can argue with me. They can.
A lot of
I'm not
people.
saying
I'm
Metallica.
not saying
I'm
I'm
not saying
arguing.
Metallica's not
So-
good. I'm not saying they don't have iconic songs with one Enter Sandman, freaking.
That song.
But it's an iconic song though.
Yeah,
It is an iconic song. Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning. You know, stuff like that. I'm not saying they're not iconic songs. I'm just saying that musically and instrumentally, if you want to make that a word,
that is a word.
it is a word. They're a lot better.
Megadeth is a lot more like experimental.
They're very experimental. They don't have any problem with stepping out of their comfort zone. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I appreciate a little bit more about them. But that's just me. That's just me. Anyway, next one is a Bouquet by Counterparts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love Counterparts. I actually seen them live, fun fact.
Go ahead. Did they play Bouquet live?
No. It was just a good show.
Just a good
It
show.
was just a good show.
Yeah.
I went with my sister.
I've never really listened to Counterparts that much, but according to this, they seem to be more of like a lightheart, fun band in a sense.
Kind of.
So-
They're still, they think of like, Bless the Fall. I mean, yeah, Bless the Fall. Bless the Fall. Something like
So
that.
kind of like a Bless the Fall-y type
Like,
of band.
Escape the Fate.
No, like okay, so I get you. More like they can
They can
more
go,
like-
they go hard,
more
but
like
I mean,
kind of like fun, like
yeah, volumes.
get you going.
You know? Yeah.
I heard a knock up on my door the
The
other
other
day.
day.
Anyway,
I fucking hate.
no, go ahead. Speak your words.
I don't like Ronnie Radke. I don't like Falling Reverse. I'm not a fan of Escape of the Fate. You know, anything that had to do with Ronnie Radke, I just not a fan.
I think he's a total douchebag.
He's not. I think he's untalented. I really think that he lyrically his garbage. Personally, his band carries 95% of the band, and Ronnie Radke is just the face because he's attractive.
Barely.
A lot of people would argue with that one.
They can argue with me. They're not gonna win.
I mean, I don't find him attractive, but a lot of people do. And it's just me personally. I appreciate what he's done. I like what I like what he's trying to do. You know, I appreciate it. I like that he's not consecutively doing the same thing. I appreciate everything that he does, but I am
It's
not
sad
a
that-
fucking fan.
It's sad that I appreciate Andy Biersack over Ronnie Radke. Because, yeah, I said it. Actually, I feel like Andy Biersack's a pretty decent dude.
At least Andy Biersack has some fucking talent.
He does have talent. His cleans, I will say, don't look at me with that tone of face. His cleans are solid.
Andy Biersack.
Yeah, I said it. And he's got a movie out that actually looks really good. I think it's
What now?
he's got a movie out that actually looks really good.
What's the movie called?
I think it's called like American Satan or something like that.
That movie's been out.
You've been out of the closet.
Okay.
I'm
well,
so proud of you.
Thank you. I will say this. I am a huge fan of Andy Biersack. I like Andy Biersack just for the fact that he's a beautiful man, and God bless his voice does not match the way he looks.
That is
His
accurate.
voice is a man's man, and he's like a fucking e-girl.
That is accurate.
He's an e-girl with like just this man voice, almost like a Johnny Cash, like rustic man's voice.
That is accurate.
And he looks like an e-thought. Like I'm just. What? It makes no logical sense. The jawline on that dude. The jawline.
He looks like a girl, but then his vocals is like, in the end,
Yes. It's like
fade
it's
away."
weathered and worn, and it's like you think this dude had years, and then when he hits the highs, you're like, this guy is powerful. You're expecting this like hunk of a dude, like something from like Bad Wolves, like something that carried that weight, and then you look at him, you're like, I could fucking blow you down with like the wind.
He is a tiny fellow.
Yeah.
But hey,
But he's a beautiful
we
man.
can't sit back and say that that's not what a lot of girls and maybe some guys went for back in the early 2000s. The super C.
It was all about the knives and pins, baby.
knives. I freaking hate that song so much.
I do too.
I freaking hate that song.
Yeah, you remember when everyone was just going like doing the fucking black ash on their face and
Yep.
just
The big poofy straightened hair.
fucking tease scene, the scene dream.
I can't really say
The
anything
scene
because
dream.
I have some really good friends that did that.
I did too. My
And
sister is also
I'm
one of them.
dating somebody that did that too.
Oh God.
So,
It was a very brief time in my life. I would like to make that clear.
But it was a time.
but it was a time in the life, and they all took the photos. You know, like the freaking sweaters over the.
No,
Over
I
the
never
mouth.
did that. I never did that. Give
She's
me some credit. That was something I
lying.
never did.
Check her MySpace.
I never had one. Ha-ha.
Sure.
Oh, but
We
you-
need to do some detective.
But you did do
work.
the. I know a lot of people because I was one of these freaking.
I know a lot of
who
girls
did
that go
who
like
did like
this.
the really super high up and kind of like the
Oh God.
head tilt like that.
The-
That's how you get rid of your double chin.
It
That's angles.
is angle. It's all about the angles.
All about the angles.
Then we got another one. I think we got about 2 or 3 more.
All
Another-
my friends.
By Knocked Loose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I cry out that one on a daily, baby. On
You
a
know-
daily. Gravy.
Basically, this one is basically about capturing the feeling of
All my
isolation
friends are so full of shit.
that can overcome you even when you have, quote, friends.
Yup.
Basically saying that, you know, yeah, I had this giant group of friends, but why do I still feel alone? You know?
And then
And
they're
they
gone.
go to quote the line that says, how do I tell my kids that growing up doesn't suck? How do I tell them that your friends are always there when nobody gives?
a fuck.
There you go.
Yes. I felt the breakdown. I felt it. Mini mosh.
I miss shows, dude.
I looks like I was just seizing out.
That's basically what moshing is.
Yeah,
I miss shows, dude.
I do too.
But that kind of that's kind of rough because a lot of people do experience things like that. They have a bunch of friends or a bunch of I guess more acquaintances that are nice to them when they're around. But when it
Or
comes,
when you do things for them, they're like they're so appreciative. They're like,
Yeah.
"Thank you, you did this for me for no reason," and you know you keep doing for them, and then
but
next you know when you need something.
it's like SOL. But it's like I would, but
So would, but I got an excuse that's
it's like I wish
in this bag here.
You know, it's like
1,000 excuses.
You should have called me 5 minutes earlier. You know, it's something
Yep,
different. You know,
I know that one.
which I'm not saying everybody's like that. There are a lot of genuine people out there who actually do care, and would you the second you call them, they're like, I'm there. What do you want? What do you need? Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's get something. Then we have moving on to actually our last one currently. This one I thought was kind of interesting.
This one is called Chop Suey.
This
right?
one's called
Chop Suey.
This one's called Aerials.
I thought it was Chop Suey, bro.
Because I sang the wrong line earlier.
When angels deserve to die.
The thing is, I was so proud of it too.
I know.
I was so proud because I was getting it.
I don't have COVID, I promise.
I mean,
I'll give it all to you.
it's kind of funny because this song itself doesn't really have much of a meaning to it.
Nope.
It's just Serge Tankian just
fucking aerials in the sky,
just going off and having a good time. But that line.
Have you listened to their new music that they just dropped?
They have dropped new music.
Yeah, have you listened to it? Though?
I have not.
You've never gave Mastodon on a chance, and you haven't listened to the new System of a Down?
I've been working so much.
I have too, but I still got time to listen to them in the morning. You have a commute to drive?
I don't listen to metal in the morning.
What?
I'm
Why
tired,
not?
Man.
How do you wake up? Coffee? What is wrong with you?
Podcast.
Yeah. Which one?
Middle of Somewhere with Chad Daniels and Cy Amundsen.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
That one came up on my suggested on Spotify.
It's really funny. You
Is
should check
it?
it out.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know why we're promoting them. They should be promoting us because they have a lot of listeners and followers.
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that. But that was Loudwire's list of songs that make you cry and whatnot, or supposedly make you cry.
Personally, I feel like they're missing a few songs.
They are missing a few songs.
Yeah.
Zach, what song have you listened to and still listen to that will get you a little misty-eyed?
Well, honestly, I'm not gonna even lie. I off the top of my head, there's 5 songs that I know as of right now.
5. Okay,
that
hit 'em.
I still listen to that get me emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not gonna say some are rock, some are heavy. It is what it is. But the first one I would have to say would be "Love Song" by Chelsea Grin.
Okay.
It's a breakup song essentially. Yeah. Guy liked a girl broke up with him. She broke his heart, broke his trust. Now, fuck it.
Classic breakup song.
Yeah, classic breakup song, but with a metal spin, and I loved it. It was great. I bumped it.
Right on.
The next one, honestly, probably would have to be "Swing Life Away" by Rise Against.
Okay.
That one,
dude, Rise Against is so freaking good.
Yeah, that's another band that definitely has a powerful message behind them.
Phenomenal. Message.
Phenomenal.
I've not listened to a single song of theirs yet that I haven't been like, this is.
Are you really familiar with the song "Swing Life Away"?
I do believe I've heard that one. Yeah.
We sit on front porches and swing life away. We get by just fine here on minimum wage.
Not just that one, but also the song, freaking "Help Is on the Way."
Help is on. Yes, that if I'm not mistaken, they did that song for the whole floods in like Hades or whatever.
They did that song,
or like a charity thing.
They did that song for, I think it was a charity song, and I think a lot of the
popular.
I think a lot of the proceeds from that song probably went to a certain charity. I want to say it was probably maybe like Red Cross or something.
Yeah. Make It Stop. About shootings.
School shootings.
And they did that whole list of the children that died during the Columbine.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, I don't know if this is really like a sad song. I mean, it could be a sad song, but was it "The Kids Are Not All Right" by The Offspring?
Yeah.
Talking about just the struggles of growing up and how people become adults.
Yeah.
And some people pass away. Some people, just get different lives, and this tight-knit group of people that you're with start branching off and doing their own things.
Yeah.
And I guess in a sense it can be sad because you're like, geez, man, I never really thought about that. Life really does that. People go their own separate ways. These people that you were so close with and saw every single day at school or, some place that you hung out with, you're like, man, I'm never going to see those guys again,
Yeah.
It's rough.
It really is.
What other songs you got?
So I could go on. I could name almost every Rise Against song, and it's been a lot of their songs is emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping from one emotional band to actually another emotional band. Enemy Affliction.
Yes.
They a lot of their songs. I could name a few songs that really just get me going, but in one song in particular that really just hits home, and really just makes me get my feels is Open Letters.
Yeah.
From their Life Underground album.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me move. It was honestly this was a close call between Crown the Empire, Melody of a Broken Heart, or that one, or Fade into Darkness. One of the two. I get them confused sometimes. But it is close. But I had to give it to Emily because more of their songs get me. You feel me?
Dude, a lot of their songs in general, like Pittsburgh, freaking
Soak Me in Bleach.
Soak Me in Bleach is
Yes,
phenomenal.
sir. Drag the Lake.
Drag the Lake. It just, a lot of their stuff is...
S66P.
Mm-hmm. Then freaking, was it HCHC?
Mm-hmm.
Is that them?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
It just, their whole style is...
Open Letters.
Open Letters, yeah, of course. Is just a
It's good.
beautiful. They every song has so much emotion, especially in his vocals, and also their music videos are insanely.
They're good.
The one where they set themselves on fire, where they are literally on fire.
They
and then
fire suits.
They have like this gel or something on them.
Didn't they do a behind the scenes after that music video showing how they were getting set up for that and
Yeah,
everything?
they were just getting like plastered with like this gel.
Flame gel or whatever.
And then there's the one where they got submerged underwater.
That was
for,
cool. Pittsburgh, right?
That was Pittsburgh. Yep.
That's
Where they got submerged underwater.
It's like there's cancer in my blood. It's like there's water in my lungs, and I can't take another step. Something. But
Please tell me I'm not
that being said, my last one, because I honestly, there's a lot of songs that get me emotional. As you can tell, there's a lot of metal songs that, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But this one definitely gets me emotional. I still listen to it this day. And it's for two reasons: because the lead singer has passed away and he was a legend upon legends, and also because it's just a really good song, and it's "Fuck Everything" by Suicide Silence.
True. Yeah.
It's definitely upbeat. It's going in it, but you listen to that shit, it just makes you like, you know what? Honestly, just fuck everything. Like,
you know
for
what?
real.
You know what? That's
Fuck
how
it.
I feel.
For real. And that shit gets me.
I love that. That's great. And we got one over from Casey because she wrote on my notes. One song that makes her cry to the day is
Black Dahlia by Hollywood Undead.
yes, is Limbs by Agaloff.
I can look.
Agalock.
I
Okay.
can tell you why. It's not even sad. It's just about nature and shit. But like, it's just so beautiful. It just makes me fucking emotional. I don't know what to say, man.
It happens. It happens. I get you. But so yeah, that one as well from the Peanut Gallery. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. And I got a couple of myself that, you know, still hit me to this day. One is definitely Bring Me Home by Whitechapel.
Yes.
Because that one's tough because it's about Phil Bozeman's father, and how much, you know, he really loved him and how much he enjoyed him, and basically how much of an impact he had on his life. And that hits me because I'm really close to my dad, and just whenever that day comes, God forbid anytime soon, you know, it'd be tough because that's the guy, you know.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the foundation, you know. My foundation's gone, you know. So I can understand the pain in that one.
It'd be hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Another one that gets me, we were talking about more, not so much metal but more rock, is 45 by Shinedown.
I'm staring down the barrel of a 45.
That one.
Oops, sorry. We're playing footsies over here, aren't we? Except I will when I have shoes on.
That guy's vocals are
Beautiful.
unmatched. They're so underrated. He is a I know, we're almost done, I promise.
I apologize if y'all don't know what's going on here. My ass is sitting on a solid, beautiful, well-rounded piece of wood that Dom here personally crafted out of mahogany in the Appalachian forests. He made this chair on his deathbed.
What?
Respect it.
Oh, but yeah, a 45 is just it hits you.
Your death clock bed.
My death clock.
Yes. Your George Fisher bed. You sleep on a giant comforter with his face. Just his face.
I'm okay with that.
Could you imagine that? You could just see his face like this with the long hair, and you got a body pillow of just his face.
I want the one of him that sepia colored one where he's just like
like a fish. He looks like one of those fish from SpongeBob. Get turned into a fucking fish stick.
Freaking. So Bring Me Home, 45 is very, very good. One that kind of, actually two of them that not so much sad sounding songs because they're straight up in your face and metal, is two of them that kind of go hand in hand. Inside the Fire by Disturbed.
Okay.
Where I haven't cried to it, but just
Devin, you won't go to heaven. Yeah, that's inside the. Yep. I had a thing about it. I was like, I heard it and then it started playing in my head. I'm like, wait, is this the song?
Can we just talk about that whole Indestructible album? Is all bangers.
There's not a single song on there that is not good.
I will not skip any song.
Nope.
I'll let that thing run.
The whole album. Whole album. That is one album that any of the songs come on, I won't skip them. All of them.
Then Inside the Fire leads into another one of their albums. I will not skip anything on it, but Asylum, which My Child, where he comes to find out that the girl Inside the Fire that hung herself was pregnant with his kid. And so it's like even crazier. He's like, oh, okay, that sucks.
Oh, shit. I did not know that.
Now you know.
That's crazy.
Then, I have a personal another one by the Gothic Queen herself.
Just who I think it is.
Who do you think it is?
Raven.
No. It's Amy Lee.
Oh.
It's Immortal, dude.
Amy Lee?
The Amy Lee from Evanescence. It's Immortal.
Oh. Yeah.
That was... What do you mean, yeah? Or do you think it's too purposely whiny?
Yeah.
I mean, I can get where you get that, but it's
also Evanescence.
What's wrong with Evanescence?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing's wrong. I love Evanescence, but that's the thing. It's Evanescence. It's like it's almost like saying
it's like it's expected.
It's expected.
Okay.
It's like trying to say that you're not gonna cry after watching I Am Legend when Will Smith kills his dog.
R.I.P. Sam.
Like you feel me? You can't like watch that and not cry. It's like you can't listen to Evanescence and not feel depressed. You hear her voice and you're just like gloom.
You're like and sad
and broken with him and Seether. Or I mean her and Seether.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Broken's a really good song.
Yes, and when she sang, man, like I cried, as to be expected.
As to be expected.
But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I don't know. I personally feel like she was one of those that just it was expected.
Yeah.
I feel like that and
fuck. Don't hurt yourself.
Nothing More. God Went North.
Oh, I almost forgot about them. Thank you. Just God Went North. Freaking
a lot of his music.
Fade In, Fade Out.
Yes.
Fade In, Fade Out. Well, he's talking about his dad dying.
Yeah.
Like, I have watched you fade in. You will watch me fade out. I'm like.
Well, what about the one about his mom? Fucking Jenny.
Jenny. God Went North.
Or God Went North is about his mom.
God Went North
Jenny's
about
his
mom,
sister.
because he's like, if you won't save her, please just take her. And I'm like,
yeah.
Damn, dude.
So is Jenny about his sister, right? Then
Jenny, I can't remember what Jenny's about,
but emotional band.
Very, and because they have another song too. I'll Be Okay. That's the name of it.
Or are you thinking My Chemical Romance?
No, it is definitely them. It's
Is them?
Mm-hmm. I'll Be Okay.
I don't think I've heard that song.
That one is really, really good. And
Nothing more.
because
It is okay.
like it just starts building. It's kind of it kind of is like God Went North. It builds up, and he screams, "I'll be okay." Then it just
Yep.
comes
Okay.
in.
Yep. I've heard that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And freaking that dude's voice.
I'm telling you.
I've seen him. I've seen him
live. Yeah.
And
with you went and saw him with Five Finger Death Punch, right?
No, I saw them with. They were touring with
Bad Wolves.
They were not touring Bad Wolves.
No.
They were touring with a lot of bands I didn't really know.
Oh,
Their openers
went to the
were
same
a
show.
band called My Ticket Home, who are phenomenal. They are really they're like punk. They're like punk hardcore.
Okay.
Then we
I've never
have
heard of them either.
Hell or High Water or Hell or Highway. I keep getting them mixed up. I think it's Hell or Highway. They were really good. And then it's been so Palisades.
I've heard of Palisades.
They were pretty good. I
like Palisades.
Palisades were their headliners.
Damn.
Or
Okay.
their feature band, and then Nothing More came on.
Damn.
And when I'm telling you that Nothing More sounds exactly like the record,
I agree.
they are spot on. Don't miss a
And
beat.
dude, that man is shredded.
Dude is shredded. Like,
Comes out shirtless, and you could just
You
washboard
see the
8-pack.
like from a mile away. You're like,
Oh.
you know, a guy's attractive when both you and my girlfriend at the time, he walked out stage. We both went, oh,
Damn.
and we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
I went when I ended up seeing live.
if you
it
don't
was-
get a little bit of a wiggle down there while looking at Johnny Hawkins, you're not a real man. I don't care what anybody
not.
says.
You're not. But no, I saw him with Bad Wolves. I can't English. Five Finger Death Punch, Bad Wolves, Breaking Benjamin, and Nothing More. It was on that Five Finger Death Punch show when they came to Tampa, and that was a good show.
I believe it. A lot of people crap on Five Finger, and I can understand why. They're very bro rock, but
Yes, they're 100% bro rock.
But
I like that you said
did,
that.
They when I went there, they did put on a really good show. When I saw them with Breaking Benjamin and Through Flames?
Through Fire and Flames.
Not Through Fire and Flames.
Like Monster
In
Flames?
Flames.
In
In
Flames.
Flames. That's who it was. It was In Flames, Breaking Benjamin, and Five Finger. And I saw them, and I'm like, they put on a pretty good show.
Oh yeah.
They do put on a pretty good show.
Speaking of, I was just thinking about two bands that I could say three, but I'm not going to because this is gonna be a rabbit hole that we're never gonna end. Incubus and Deftones, two bands right there. Very powerful music, especially in regards to Deftones.
Freaking Incubus. I know the song's overplayed, but Drive.
Yeah,
I believe, but it's still a freaking good song.
it's real good.
I believe it's about drunk driving, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure, but
I want to say it's about drunk driving.
I
could be
want to
wrong.
agree with you.
I could be wrong,
wanna
but
agree.
I swear I've read somewhere that song is about drunk driving.
Yeah. And fucking Deftones in regards to Pardon Me.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Listen to the lyrics. It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is a rabbit hole. I could talk about this shit
we
forever.
we could go in
Fucking music is super emotional.
Yeah,
It's powerful.
it's emotional. It's powerful. Hopefully you guys will end up listening to a lot of the songs that we said. You know,
Let us know
if
what
you
think.
like them,
You shed a tear, let us know.
let us know. Absolutely.
If you don't, it's okay. As long as you like them.
Zach,
If you don't like them, fuck you. I'm just kidding. I love you.
I think it's about time we probably get out of here.
You think so?
I think so. I think we gave him a pretty good amount of stuff. We actually have a lot of stuff still left to get to,
Yeah.
but we're gonna save them
True.
for the next one.
What are those Jared Dine things, real quick?
It's not real quick.
Oh, it's not?
The Jared Dines beef is not.
He's beefing.
He's got some beef.
with his fans because they keep trying to get him to do an OnlyFans, and their persistence.
They're trying their best, but he's got some beef with a band, actually. And this has been going on for a while, so if you don't know, stay tuned
to episode number 25,
and we will let you know who he has beef with. But before then, go ahead and I'm about to do a freaking YouTube outro.
Oh, here we go.
Follow us on everything possibly that we have. Facebook at The Metal Hour. Please don't follow us on Facebook. We hardly ever check Facebook.
No.
Instagram though, at The Metal Hour _podcast. We check that, or I check that every single day.
I check it. I just don't ever use it really.
He doesn't ever really use it.
Email.
If you want to contact us, tell us that you love us. Tell us that you hate us. Tell us that Zach's gay. Tell me that I'm gay. We don't care. We like the interaction. Mm-hmm. But email us at themetalhour1.
That's a one, number
that's the
one.
Number one.
Not a 10E.
Nope. At gmail.com. Themetalhour1.
10E. What the fuck?
Uns. Themetalhour1 at gmail.com. Go ahead and follow Zach too. You know, his personal page.
My personal page, Instagram, Voltsound, VOLTSOUND, like Voltbeat, but sound.
But sound.
Yeah.
Follow me at The Metal Hour _podcast. That is my only Instagram that I have. I do not have a personal one. That is my personal one, I guess you can say.
Like I said, I go on it. I just don't. I post on it once in a while, but I don't. I let the conversations.
If you message us, you will be talking to me
95% of the time.
Pretty much the entire time.
Yes. Occasionally, you might, if I really want to get trolly, I'll send a picture of my face going like this. And you're like, oh my god, dumb. And it's not dumb.
He'll send you a photo of his nipple rings if you ask nicely.
Speaking of which, I don't know if y'all knew this, but I got my titties pierced, guys.
He got his titties pierced.
I'm gonna show the people.
Go ahead, show the people.
Wait, no censorship. Can't.
Yep. It's
YouTube,
okay.
nudity. Can't. Sorry.
I'll figure something out.
All nipples are treated equally now, so can't.
I'll figure something out. But I think that's about it for us.
Well, yeah, I guess that's it.
Oh, we also have merch too. If you guys didn't know that,
click the link in the video description, and it will bring you to the merch page. It's wonderful. Please
buy some stuff. And if there's, like we said,
Christmas
email us.
coming up.
If there's Christmas coming up too.
Get your girl some leggings. Get your baby some socks.
And since COVID's still going around, we actually have
fucking Gators, face shields, whatever you want to call them, that look like this. But it says The Metal Hour in all sorts of colors.
Metal Hour Podcast.
Metal Hour Podcast.
Tank tops, t-shirts,
leggings,
we got
socks.
stickers, leggings, socks, kid wear.
Yeah.
So, Grady, buy your kids something.
Grady, for real. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be wearing that shirt everywhere.
This is a great shirt.
I like it. I like the logo in the back with the hand and the arrow.
Oh yeah,
super cool.
If you guys don't know Our Defeat, we talk about them all the time. They were our first ever interview. Go check them out. Go give them some love.
Love those guys. Love them.
That's about it for us.
Well, I guess that's it.
Well, as always, I'm Dominic Guard.
I'm Zach Hart.
And stay metal out there.
Stay metal. Peace.